Hi, welcome to IBC 2018. I'm Joe O'Halloran, Editor-in-Chief of Rapid TV News, and I'm here with Ajey and Anand, CEO of Norigin Media. Ajey, welcome again to our video series.
Cheers, Joe. It's always good to be here.
So, 2018 has been a bit of a year for online video. What trends and dynamics are you seeing?
With the quality and the consumption being used, basically, when people can see the big differences of how video has been in the last 10 years, and when you watch video or any show from 10 years ago and you compare it to anything that's being produced today, you can tell yourself what the difference in quality has been, and that's been the biggest trend. The devices have been becoming better. 4K is becoming more and more understood, what the difference it makes between HD and 4 times that size. So it's quality, that's the consumption, not just of the quality of content, but the perception of how it looks and feels.
Now, one of the key things with this year, and you mentioned quality, has been at the live sport and live events, which frankly have failed. They've failed to satisfy the consumer. Do you think it's still a little bit too early, generally, for live sport?
On streaming, it's failed because people are not ready to use the abundance of the network that's needed to deliver such kind of content over the internet. That's, by definition, an unstable method of transportation. But then again, it is a possibility to make it grow and stronger. While it's failed with some of the examples like the US Open, we've seen really large successes as well. The Winter Olympics that Discovery had with Eurosport in the Nordics has been an absolute unglitched event with 0% downtime, and it's been actually positively taken by the consumers, and they love it.
Oh, interesting you say that. Now, you once were a startup. I'd say you're now an established part of the online video industry. What particular challenges have you seen over the last year or so?
I think the challenges that the video industry sees today is the fragmentation, as always. People are choosing different technologies to do and achieve the same thing. Technology is just the means to the end. It's not the goal. People are choosing between AV1 and HEVC when they should be thinking about what's better for the users and what devices support them. Of course, Netflix has chosen the AV1 route, and we're seeing HEVC being chosen by a lot of the biggest broadcasters in Europe. Quality should not be consumed over technology. Of course, there are certain devices and everything else that plays. We've seen this in DRM, for instance. There's Apple, Microsoft, and Google, who have their own different versions of how you should protect content. I don't call that fragmentation as much as 3 different clear options.
Well, Google leads on to what's perhaps been the thing of this show, the Android platform. What work you're doing on the platform?
On the Android platform in itself, not just the devices that are there, not just the OS, it's the kind of quality of video that they support, it's the kind of the encryption of content that they allow with the Widevine. Google, of course, who's right here, they have YouTube, and they have a huge experience with video, and they want the consumers to basically allow themselves to consume content at home from every different means that they can possibly think. Android as an OS is just a software that can fit into a smart TV, a box of any form factor, a little casting device. Essentially, they can pretty much be everywhere, which means that Google can have access to not just premium content from individual providers in different parts of the world, they can have their own.
The time is now right for Android. It's been a long time coming.
It has, and in 2017, a lot of people said it's coming. In 2018, we're saying, why the hell hasn't it come as yet? But in Scandinavia, like in every other region in the world, Scandinavia leads Android TV. We've got 2 large deployments with Canal Digital, which is a large pay TV operator in Norway. Comhem, who has used TiVo historically, they've launched Android TV. That's been their core and most important launches in the last 5 months. And now we're looking at them just expand on it with the user interface being so well, with voice recognition and things like this, which amazing features. And the consumer not just gets the access to the premium content, they get access to a lot more content. The pay TV operators need to get their game up in action because they're actually allowing a lot of other content into their own box.
What different problems are these operators throwing at you? What are they asking you to solve that you never used to?
I don't think they're asking us to solve a problem as much as help them achieve a target that they have. When an Android box is used by operators, they're allowing for the consumer to have a big choice. But I don't think they're allowing a consumer to have a choice that they don't have already. A consumer has mobile devices, they can watch Netflix or HBO, whether they like it or not from the operator's perspective. But when you are investing a lot of money as an operator, a pay TV operator onto the Android platform, you're seeing a lot of companies say, how are we not going to allow consumers, cannibalize the business that we have with them? They need to get their game up in terms of UI, UX. They need to get their actions together with good features. They need to do other things as well. If you're selling a box, think about what should the box do. Should it become a Bluetooth speaker? Should it have a voice control? Should it be a smart home box at home as well? Because people need to buy boxes and have a value for it, not just software at the end of the day.
So really the message going forward over next year is get your game up with Norigin.
Get your game on and make sure that you acquire the right players as well, because there's a lot of consolidation going on. In Scandinavia, again, we see Telia buying a broadcaster in Sweden. They've bought a large cable operator in Norway, which means that all of them are coming together in one place. There'll be fewer players, fewer stronger players, but there'll be more global stronger players coming up. Netflix can't just be the one player in the world.
Well, let's just see it happen.
Brilliant.
Ajey, thank you again.
Thank you so much.
And thank you for watching.